And Comas, as ever, slithering away from the start, not making the best of starts, as is quite usual for him. And Jean Alesi, the championship leader, streaking into the lead with Eric van der Poel in third place, ahead of the second Dams Lola, driven by Eric Bernard. And just look at the spray as these cars are coming along to the infamous Piff Paff chicane at the end of the long straight. Alesi has made exactly the start that he had hoped for. He's got an advantage over Comas. He's overtaken Comas at the start of the race, and of course that makes his life so much easier. He has no visibility problems, while drivers such as Chiesa there towards the rear of the field going to have big problems during these early stages of the race. The Eddie Jordan Racing Reynard of Alesi, which we've seen out in front so often before this year. Of course, he won at Pau, he won at Birmingham, and now of course he's looking for his third win of the season, and it could be a win which would bring Alesi very close to claiming the championship title. Eddie Irvine there, followed by Perry McCarthy, then Stefan Proul and Paul Belmondo. The drivers now feeling their way gently through this opening lap, trying to figure out if the conditions allow them to go so much quicker on these slick tyres. Is there sufficient heat in those tyres? JJ Leto there just wandering slightly off the dry line. And just look at the spray there as the cars come off that dry line, that all-important line which they will really have to adhere to if you're going to have any chance of getting to the end of this race. Comas in second, Van der Poel a fine third from him, and look at JJ Leto twitching the Morber Reynard out of the chicane. Coming under intense pressure there from the Cobra Reynard of Ferte, with Apicella and Nispetti behind. And the end of the first lap, and just look at Alesi through Eau Rouge, the infamous Eau Rouge corner. The commitment in these conditions is impressive to say the least, and these drivers really earning their money. Alesi riding high following a fine fifth place in the Italian Grand Prix a few weeks back. He of course drives for the Tyrrell team in Formula 1, and here he's hoping to eke out an advantage over Comas at the beginning of this race. Van der Poel there in a fine third place in the LeasePlan sponsored Lola. Meanwhile, Gary Evans, the unlucky British driver, pulling into the pits in his Madgwick Motorsport Reynard, directed towards his team's pit. But out in front it's Alesi, untroubled at the moment, pulling away without any problem. 1 second a lap he's pulling away from Comas. The Lola perhaps slightly less well balanced on full tanks. And Van der Poel staying well in touch there. Very impressive drive from Van der Poel here. The Belgian obviously very confident in home ground, followed by Bernard. And these four cars are pulling away from the rest of the field.